I wanted to do a follow-up video on the UMX Wildcat now that I've had it for well over 100 flights. Um, I guess the first thing I want to say about it is that I was nervous before I purchased it because everybody on YouTube was showing how fast it could go. It seemed so tiny on the screen. I didn't think I'd be able to keep an eye on it. But actually, when you're flying it, it doesn't seem that small if you stay close. And you don't have to fly it that fast. It throttles back really nicely. You could do some very nice low and slow passes, really get a good look at the airplane as it's going by, which is what I like to do. That said, it does go pretty quick. Not so much for the sake of going fast, but I've flown this thing in 14, 15 mile an hour winds. Who knows what the gusts were. I put it down on the runway, and if I didn't give it throttle, it would blow away, you know. But once in the air, I mean, I really could fly this thing through some serious wind. It really does handle nicely. It's stable. It's just a ton of fun. I really enjoy this thing. It's extremely rugged. I can't tell you how many times I've cartwheeled through the grass on the runway, piled it into the runway, failed hand launches where I didn't give enough elevator, straight into the ground. And this thing just keeps going. We're going to see now coming in for landing. Landing is, you know, to keep it on the wheels is a little hit and miss, even after 100 and something flights.
Okay.
I can keep it on the wheels pretty often. But most of the time you get something that looks more like this, where you kind of come in and that's what happens. But it's all good. So this is what it looks like now after a mid-air collision that took the whole wing off. There's some of the evidence of cartwheeling down the runway. This I remember piling into the runway and taking that chunk out of the nose. This was a result of the mid-air collision, broke the fuselage right in half, several things pulled out. There you see more damage from that mid-air. This wing came clear off, you know, and but you know what? A little bit of glue, and it was right back together and flying. You know, 20 minutes of gluing things together. So again, extremely rugged. Here are my weapons of choice for keeping this thing in the air. And now I'm just going to go over a couple of things that will need maintenance. You can see here the surfaces are just taped together. That tape eventually wears out. Here I just took some packing tape and kind of rehinged it with the packing tape. I have to say the landing gear are incredibly strong on this. One of the first things that failed, yeah, it's broken in half again. There was another crash, but it's back together at this point. But anyway, one of the landing gear are extremely rugged on this thing. I mean, I just pile this thing into the ground. But one thing that did happen, you see there's like kind of an odd little piece of plastic holding that wheel on. One of those just fell off one day, so that was one of the repairs that I had to do. Same issue with the tail wheel. That little black thing came off, and I had to make something else to hold that on. And the first thing that broke the first day that I got it was the little styrofoam spinner on the front of the prop. It really should be plastic because that prop touches the ground a lot. Here you see the prop is actually broken, and that's because I was flying upside down very close to the ground and did that old up-down reversal thing. It happened very quickly, hit very hard. I was gonna throw the airplane away, but I just got out the glue and glued it back together. This is after the wings and the fuselage have been glued back together, and actually right now the front is connected up again and a new prop has been ordered, so I'm gonna fly it again. Overall, this plane has just been incredible. I really can't recommend it enough. It's just fun. You know, you just throw it up in the air no matter what the conditions, and you can fly it. If it's beautiful and calm, you can have some really nice slow flights. And if it's windy, you know, you just you know, give it the throttle and it'll pull through. Landing is extremely tricky in the wind. You know, a lot of times I'll just go over the grass and just put it down in the grass, and it doesn't get damaged. Like I said, cartwheels and all. The wingtips are a little fragile, as are the tail surfaces, and most of that damage comes from putting it in and out of the car, or you know, in and out of the house, kind of hanger damage. I know a lot of people will keep them in their boxes. So, you know, overall very happy with it. Also wanted to make some corrections from the first video.
Good batter, John.
The batteries, I think they're $7 each. I eventually ended up buying a couple more, so I have 5 or 6 of them. I think originally I said I was getting 2.5, 3 minutes. That's not true. In calm weather, I can get up to 6 minutes. I have the timer on my radio set for about 5. Anyway, so I was very happy with it. So happy, in fact, that I just went ahead and ordered another one. It arrived today. They were on sale, $30 off, so I think it was $99, and that was enough for me to pull the trigger. So again, I highly recommend this. I hope you guys get one and you enjoy it as much as I have. Thanks for watching.